Today on TC's Train Repair and Restoration, we'd like to take a look at getting a 280 Rivarossi Consolidate back on track. It was made in 1964 and it is a boxer case. It came with a tender drive, so the motor was mounted in the tender and the chassis was made out of a poor die cast which just deteriorated over time. So today, let's take a look at how we're going to get it back on track. Okay, so now you get to see our boxer case. The engine was all in good shape. So the only thing is the chassis. Here's the top of the gearbox. The top of the gearbox is all cracked, brittle, broken. The framework itself. We do have all our gears though that we need for it. The gears, the shafts. I have the tender shell. There's the original tender shell for it. And I have the original motor. And somebody had this motor mounted on there. So I don't know if the original motor works yet or not. But I'm going to be making up a bracket like this to mount to the gearbox. Now, what I've decided to do, I was going to just find another tender to work with, and I bought 3 of them off of eBay, and come to find out, the one I bought was a Rivarossi, the Missouri Pacific lines, which was run with the 080 in 74 and 77. This tender just happens to have the step down in it for where the motor goes. And it didn't have the gearbox in it though. But it does have an opening. So what I decided, because all they did was just kept reusing the old tender shell for their newer models. So what I did, I was able to make a mold of my gearbox. And after making a mold, I casted a new gearbox. And then I mounted this gearbox to that tender chassis. And then I made a mold of that. So now we have a complete chassis to replace the old cast chassis. I still have to finish drilling my holes in the gearbox for the screws to mount the top bracket, and I got to drill the holes in the bottom for the trucks yet. But now at least we have a complete chassis. I didn't really want to tear apart another tender and end up having parts laying around, but I'd rather fix something instead of, ending up having another parts piece laying here. So this is my fix for it. Is a new chassis, and if anybody would like to purchase them, they could contact me and I could get them out to you. But this is going to be my fix. So now all I got to do is, like I said, finish drilling my holes and mount the trucks and then run the wiring. And you can see this fits in nicely. So it all fits right inside, just like it should. The tab in the back and everything lined up perfect with it. So I'm happy with the way it turned out so far. So that's the fix for it. So like I say, if anybody has these old Rivarossi engines, the 080s or the 280s from the 1960s, we have a fix for it. I haven't found any chassis out there for it. I looked, can't find no parts available, so hopefully this will be the solution. So y'all have a nice day and keep your trains running.